and welcome to episode 32 of That Time I Got Arrested. Hello, how are you? This is a crazy episode. This is actually a crazy experience because I came in here from a month-long sabbatical and I recorded 3 episodes at once. And so by the time you're hearing this one, this is like 3 weeks away from when I just recorded. So like this is like a weird space-time continuum episode, and it's a scary one. This is like where I talk about the most dangerous part of my behavior and like what's wrong with me. This is the one about my like honest to God mental illness and like my ability to disassociate from my reality and the consequences of my behavior and just act on impulse and desire. So I don't know if that sounds fucking interesting to you or not, but I recorded this episode in basically one take. That's never happened before. I've been putting magnets on my brain and I feel different now. So do me a favor and subscribe to the podcast. Shout out to Spotify, all my Spotify listeners. Do me a favor, go on iTunes and leave us a review. I know you listen on Spotify, but like go to iTunes, like leave us a review. Give us 5 stars. Reach out to me on social media. I really want to hear how this shit makes you all feel, you know? Reach out to me on social media, Casper, That Time I Got Arrested on Instagram, or tell me your story at thattimeigоtarrested@gmail.com. Do you want to be interviewed? Do you want to start a podcast? I like have all of the information that you need, but you got to hit me up and you have to tell your friends and come over for dinner and join my cult. So, you know, we're here. We out here. My name is Casper, and my entire life has been a lie. That's not even my real name. But don't worry, I'm going to tell you all of my secrets. This isn't the story of how I became an orphan. This isn't the story about how I jumped off a 5-story building and survived. This isn't about how I died and came back funny. This is That Time I Got Arrested. Get off the phone and I'm sitting on this little step stool in this like gorgeously decorated bedroom with like a huge canopy bed. And I just found out that I now have fucking 72 hours of genuine, real, authentic, 100% pure and fresh freedom. For real. Like now I'm actually in this moment just got released from prison, but I only have 72 hours to fuck off before I get a fucking like 3-pound ankle bracelet put on me and I can't move more than 30 feet from the front door of my house now. So I walk into my grandparents' kitchen and everyone is gathered around the kitchen table. And there's a cake and all my cousins are there and all my aunts and uncles are there and everyone is, you know, in their swimsuits because it's August and it's hot and I'm in these like ugly sweats because none of my clothes fit. I look so hideous and fucking like swollen from all of the salt and like I haven't had like proper sunshine or exercise or nutrition. So like I look fucking fucked up. I look like I just got out of prison because literally 10 seconds ago, I actually just got out of prison. And they bring the cake over and everyone's looking at me and my 7-year-old cousin is like, "Did you go to jail?" And I just fucking start bawling my eyes out. And I'm like ugly crying, but I'm trying to hold it together because everyone's like being so nice. And, you know, they're really like, you know, happy that it's over. And I'm trying to be happy, but I'm overwhelmed. I am so overwhelmed. You know, people keep trying to give me food and talk to me. And I honestly just want to like run in the basement and hide in a room by myself and close the door like I did when I was a fucking teenager and it was Christmas. So it was weird. It was like, I didn't feel like myself, but I was exactly myself in that moment. It was strange. And now I am plotting the next couple of days in my head because all I can really think about at this point is like sweet freedom. I want to do drugs. I want to get drunk. I want to fuck someone. I want to fucking smoke a cigarette. I want to get a scratch off ticket. I want to like break a bottle and get into a fight at a bar. I want to fucking like drive my car to an intersection and park it at a red light and dance around it with my friends like a fucking jackass. You know what I mean? I want to jump in the pool with all my clothes on. I want to like kiss a stranger. I want to like do a line of coke off a hooker's ass in a motel room. So this party is happening and I've got my cell phone and I am just fucking blowing everyone up, like literally everyone in my contact list, like that day of like that August, like literally like I hadn't talked to you in 6 years. Like I sent you a text, like, what are you doing tonight? You know? So I eventually got a hold of like a group of people and I got a motel room and my grandparents were going out of town because like they are cool. They're cooler than me. So I got a motel room because I like knew that I couldn't like party and get fucked up at my grandparents' house. And I told them that I was going to go see Hannah, which was like fine because they know her and she's great. So they were like, all right, see you later. And I go to this motel and I meet up with my friends and like, I don't even drink. I don't actually even party like this. I'm really not this person at all, but like, this is freedom we're talking about. Like, I can do whatever I want. Like, I'm gonna fucking kill someone tonight. Like, no, I'm just kidding. But like, I honestly is like, I am really gonna go like set something on fire for sure. Like, I want fireworks. I want a bag of shit on my enemy's doorstep. Like, I want to like burn my ex-boyfriend's apartment down. Like, something is gonna burn tonight. So I call my friends, we meet up at this motel, we get a bag of Coke, we get a bunch of beer, we get some tequila, we fucking start getting into it, you know, like into it. I'm jacked and I like am not just fine being at the motel anymore. Like we gotta go out, we gotta go somewhere. We find like the closest dive bar and drive there, which was like dumb. Didn't drive, but like dumb. Drive there with our bag of Coke and like our tequila in the car. This is like, what the fuck am I doing? You know, I'm sorry. But this is what happened. So like we go to this dive bar, we go in and there, I shit you not, is a fucking BDSM monthly like group that's like local suburb, like BDSM sex freaks that are having a party in like the upstairs room of this dive bar that they do every single month. And that just happens to be the night that they're having this party. And I was like, fuck yes. I was so hell bent on like having sex just to like make it mine again. You know, it was like I hadn't been really like, none of those experiences were like sex to me. You know what I mean? That was violence. It was like pain and torture and cruelty. So like I wanted to like have sex. I wanted to fucking come. You know, I wanted to like meet a stranger and have like weird kinky sex with them. And, you know, like never see them again. Like that's what I was honestly looking for because I feel like fucking who does not want that when you get out of prison, right? That's like, it's the first thing you want, really. So I just like human connection. God, I just wanted someone to fucking touch me. And I go into this party and I'm just like no other person I've ever been like before. Like never in my life have I been the type of person to like go to a party and been like, yeah, I'm going to get fucked tonight. Like the only person I've ever fucked at this point consensually is my fucking boyfriend. And like I've had 2 fucking boyfriends at this point, you know? So it's like, okay, like relax. But I like walk around this party. I am high as a fucking kite. I am drunk like an asshole. And I'm just like, yeah, you're a creep. I'm a creep. Let's do this. But, you know, I didn't really anticipate like how I was going to feel around strange men. You know, it was weird. It was uncomfortable. And the minute a dude like touched my arm, I was like, whoa, oh my God. I like had a shock through my body that was not from some like creepy BDSM device, you know, like that would have been more welcome than like the involuntary cringe that I had while I was in that experience. It was so weird. It was so uncomfortable. And it was like unsettling while I was fucked up because I wasn't really like experiencing it in like a sound mind. I was experiencing it in this like hyper state of like inebriation. So I switched gears immediately. And like, I don't know if you know this about me, and like fucking it's sucks that because of like the way the world is, that this is like not an easy or like cool thing to say, but like, so I'm a bisexual. And when I had that experience with a dude where I was like very much trying to like fuck a guy in that moment, I couldn't and felt so uncomfortable and so put off by that I was like not gonna not have sex, but I definitely was gonna like not have sex with a dude. And I didn't fuck any women in prison because I didn't want to have sex with anyone in that situation. I didn't want to have sex with any of the guards, and I didn't want to have sex with any of the inmates, you know, and not like I didn't have opportunities to. I definitely did, but I wasn't interested, you know, but like the women didn't rape me, didn't even try, you know, unless you count that shampoo bottle. But shout out to that episode. But I switch gears immediately. And so I start like making eyes at like, you know, every girl. I'm not even like, normally I'm pretty discerning with like what I like as far as like women goes. And I have a type for sure. But like at this point, I'm like, there's no type. It's like if you fucking wink back at me, you know, like you're my type tonight. So I fucking meet this girl with like short blonde hair, and she was wearing like a crystal around her neck. And I was like, oh, is that a labradorite? And she's like, yes, how did you know that? And then we started talking about crystals, I shit you not, at this BDSM party. And, you know, just start like flirting and touching. And obviously we were both there. So we were like, you know, in this immediate moment of like intimacy, because it's like, I'm kinky, you're kinky. Like, what are you into? Like when you have a conversation that starts with like, so what do you like sexually about this interesting fetish that we're both admitting that we are into? And yeah, we like have a conversation about sex before we really even exchange like names or anything else. And that eventually leads to us like making out in front of everyone in this party, in this upstairs of this dive bar. And that makeout eventually leads me back to my friend's car. And then we like get in the back seat and we start like dry humping, and we're all over each other. And I am just feeling this like explosion of ecstasy. It's like, I've never been touched before. I feel like I'm going to eat this girl alive. And she like literally like rips my bra off, and we start like fucking as much as like we could. Basically, we start like fingering each other and like hooking up in the backseat of my friend's car until my friend came outside, and I've got like a ripped bra and like my top's off and this girl's pants are off, and we're like all up in each other's business, and her whole car smells like fucking pussy. And she like opens the door and she's like, what the fuck, dude? Because, you know, obviously I'm like, yeah, let's go out. Like, let's get a bunch of Coke. Let's get drunk. And then, like, I'm going to fucking dip on you because I'm about to, like, fuck this girl in your car. She was totally pissed about that. And so that kind of, like, interrupted our, like, little, our, like, hookup. And I, like, you know, had this girl, like, leave. And then I'm, like, apologizing to my friends. And then they're just like, nah, you know, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, didn't know you were bi, like whatever. And we proceed to get drunk and do more Coke and then go back to the motel room. And, you know, at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, everybody else is passed out, but I'm not quite like done. You know what I mean? Like I'm still fucking on some shit. You know what I mean? Like I haven't slept in like 36 hours at this point because I didn't sleep before I like got out of prison, you know? And like now I'm like a whole other like day and a half like past that, and I'm on drugs and I've been drinking and I'm so wired, and everyone's like out for the night because they're like haven't spent the last 11 months in jail. So I decide to start like, I decide to go get a pack of cigarettes and a scratch off ticket. But I also decide that I'm like gonna like have more sex. So I don't even like recognize myself anymore. Not only do I not look the same, but like my mentality, my like desires, my fucking impulses are so off the walls. Like I've never fucking like literally walked down the street and been like, I'm gonna get fucked tonight. Like that's sick and like the opposite of who I am as a human being, like from, you know, obvious reasons of like when I was a child, but just into like practical and like personal reasons as like an adult. Like that's not who I am, but we're also layered, right? But I fucking walked down the street. I walked to a gas station. It's 4:00 in the morning. I got a pack of cigarettes and a fucking scratch off lotto ticket. And then I walked to Denny's that was down the street from there. And I'm smoking cigarettes and I'm scratching this lotto ticket. And I go inside Denny's and I just like sit, and I don't have any money and I don't have any fucking business being in there, but I just sit. And I'm like looking at all of the waiters and waitresses, and I'm honestly just trying to figure out which one I can get to hook up with me, like in that moment. Like, I'm not even kidding you. I'm just like, you know, not sure if I'm all the way like done with men at this point. Like that was like a weird experience at the bar, but I'm just like, I don't even know if I'm like looking for a guy or a girl. I'm just looking for someone to make eye contact with me, you know? So I'm sitting at this Denny's. I'm not ordering a goddamn thing, which like, cool, dude, you know? And I finally like catch some girl's eye. Like she looks like she's a mom. She looks like she's had a tough life. She looks about as rough as I do, you know, but she like worked at a Denny's and like maybe did not just get out of jail. And we start talking. I start flirting. I like touch her leg. She can tell that I'm like fucked up. I don't think she has all of her teeth. Like this is like cool, you know, like I'm not proud of this, but fucking I'm on some shit. Sometimes you're on some shit. Sometimes you're on some fucking shit. You know what I mean? So I was on some shit, and I like make it pretty clear to her without expressly asking her to go to the bathroom and hook up with me, but I like make it pretty clear that that's like what I want her to do and like what I, you know, am like getting at. And maybe she was on some shit, dude, but like maybe she just like felt bad for me, you know, maybe she could like see it in my eyes that I like needed it so bad. I just needed to kiss somebody. I needed to touch them. I needed someone to like pull my hair and bite my neck, you know what I mean? Like in a way that I wanted, and like something that I enjoyed, and like to be reminded that I was still a person, you know, that like could enjoy anything. I didn't even really know. I wasn't even sure yet if I could enjoy anything ever again, you know, and I needed to check. I needed to like check really quick, like right away while I had this like little bit of freedom before I spent 3 more months like locked in my grandparents' house. So I went to the bathroom at this Denny's with this waitress, and we just like made out in the bathroom, and like it's like so lame. We fingered each other, and that was it. And then I fucking walked out of there and like walked back to the motel, and I'm just like smelling my hands, and I'm smelling my hair, and I'm like smoking cigarettes, and I'm just being the biggest fucking creep, and like none of my friends even know where I am or, you know, like what the fuck is going on with me right now. But we get I get back to the room. Everyone's still sleeping. I fucking like literally take a pillow and like lay in the bathtub because I can't even get comfortable on a bed yet. It feels so weird and I can't sleep. And I'm like in the bathroom, like scrolling on my phone like I've never scrolled before. You know what I mean? Going through literally 11 months worth of emails and Facebook posts and like DMs and all this shit. And I'm just like sending people crazy messages, like batshit crazy, like coked out at 10 a.m. You know what I mean? Like there's a 6 a.m. coke out and there's like a 4 a.m. coke out, but like a 10 a.m. coked out message is like a very specific kind of like, go fucking fuck yourself mentality. So crazy. I'm like so sorry for everyone who got one of those messages. You know, some people thought it was like a joke because like I'm a kind of a prankster, but like also like some of my friends were like, dude, are you okay? And some of them were like, is this real? So I'm, you know, doing coke in the bathroom by myself. Fucking my friends wake up. Guess what? They want to go to Denny's. I'm like, fuck no. Could not have wanted to go anywhere less. So we like literally pile in the car. I'm not even kidding you, doing coke in the car, taking a shot of tequila before we went to McDonald's. We go to McDonald's. We get a shit ton of food. And then Hannah shows up. Of course, like the good little girl she is, shows up the next day, ready to hang out and like go hula hoop in the park and like do something outdoors because she's cool. She brought a bunch of joints and then we like went outside and I still haven't slept and I'm like not fine. But like we just played it so like normal. Like she was like balance in all of that because everything was wild, crazy, consumption, party. Let's get fucked up. Let's like fucking like burn the world. Let's like swallow, you know, pleasure as fast as we can because like we don't even know how long life lasts. I don't even think time is real anymore. I don't even believe any of this is real anymore. I'm not even sure I'm actually out. I'm probably still dreaming and I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be in prison still, you know? So like we're hula hooping in the park and we get high and it's the first time that I'm like smoking weed since I've been out of prison. It's the first time I'm smoking weed in 11 months. And oh man, maybe I was exhausted and maybe it was just like everything, or maybe it was just like being high again for the first time, but I started crying in front of Hannah, obviously. And she's like, oh my God, I'm sorry. And I'm like, no, you don't understand. I was like, I haven't felt like myself in 11 months. And this is the first time I feel like myself again. And that was so true. That was like really, really the first time where I was like me. I was me again. I was me just for a second, just for the like couple of minutes after I got baked at that joint with her in that park. Oh man, that was like fucking a trip, dude. Like, God, I get high every day, but like you'd think that like, you know, different smoke sessions wouldn't even like stand out to you, but like I will never forget that. And I'll never fucking stop smoking pot. You know what I mean? Even if I smoke less or take a break or whatever, I'll never stop smoking pot because like pot is who I am and drugs are good. And even though all of this fucking shit happened, here's the thing. I'm not wrong. The drugs aren't wrong. The prison is wrong. The criminal justice system is wrong. Like the DEA is fucking wrong, dude. They're wrong. And drugs are awesome. And whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even care what you think about it. Like, I know that I'm right because I was there in that moment inside my body when after I had been like brutally raped and beaten up and fucking every terrible thing you could ever imagine happening to someone happened to me. And I got high again and I was like, I was me again. Like, I was still me. And, you know, I don't think anything else would have been able to give me that except pot. So whatever. It's legal now. Fuck you. So Hannah and I hang out for the afternoon, and I don't have a lot of time left. I don't know what I'm going to do next. I really need to continue to get fucked up. I can't just let this little bit, this little sliver, this little slice of like heaven, I can't let it get away from me. So I really have to pack it all in. So I call another dealer, someone that I know that has pills. Who do I call? James. I called James and I was like, yo, just got out of jail. Fucking where are the pills at? You know what I mean? Like, where are my oxys? Where are my Xannies? Like, where's my Percocets? Like, baebee, where's the Valium? Like you got it. Where's it at? So I hit him up. We met up. We fucking blew a bunch of lines of like now a completely different thing. And we are like fucked. And I'm pretty sure we like went to Jamba Juice and still haven't slept at this point. But I've like got a Jamba Juice. I'm nodding out in his car. I've not had any sleep. I haven't really eaten a lot of food other than like greasy, awful fast food. I've got this motel room. I've got my phone fucking blowing up. I'm trying to see as many people as I can. I still am like, I'm gonna fuck someone, you know? I am like not gonna like let that shit down. So I went online, and I don't like normally do stuff like this, but I was like on some shit. So I went online. And I went on this website called FetLife, and I like found some girl on FetLife to fuck me stupid in my motel room while I was on a bunch of oxys with a complete stranger that I had never met. But I was like, it's a girl. I want to have sex. She had a strap on. I'm going to be as disgusting as I can possibly be in like the amount of time that I'm allowed to be disgusting, because I'm going to be locked in a gilded cage for the next 3 months. And, you know, it's not like I could fucking have anyone over to my grandparents' house and like fuck me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm an adult, but like, I don't even really know what I want even. You know what I mean? I just want something that's like in this arena. So I have this girl come to my motel room, and we have like really gross, like kinky, weird sex for hours. And I'm excusing myself like every 45 minutes to go into the bathroom and just like crush up some pill and like snort it, and then go back and just kind of like roll around with her. And it was weird because now I'm like having this experience where I've been treated very violently in a sexual way, and I'm like trying to be myself again and like enjoy sex, but I'm also probably not ready. And like, this was like such a bad idea. And like, these were such stupid decisions that I made. Like, looking back as I'm telling you this, I'm like, oh, you fucking dumb, poor idiot, you know? But I, you know, had this girl like be really violent with me because I just like couldn't even enjoy it when it was like nice, you know? It was like I didn't even know anything different. And it's like trauma, right? But like I didn't even really understand what I was doing, which is like disassociative, and like that's terrifying. That's like scary, and like that's dangerous. And like the only thing I can really be grateful for is that like I couldn't let a fucking dude touch me. You know what I mean? Like I physically couldn't do that, but it was like I needed someone to touch me, and then I needed them to touch me in like a really violent way, which is like, ugh, sad. Oh, fuck. I wish my grandparents didn't listen. Oh my God, I'm embarrassed. I'm so embarrassed. Yeah, but like didn't hold a single thing back. So I've been doing so many drugs. I've been drinking so much. I haven't been eating. I've been now like fucked sideways, you know? And I spent the rest of my time like completely blackout, PTFO. Like the last thing I remember, and then like what happened next is kind of like a blur. You know what I mean? Like I have like little snippets of like me going in and out of the bathroom, and I think, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty almost like 87% positive that I like walked out of my motel room completely naked to the ice machine, filled up a bucket of ice, and then like walked back to my room and like probably saw like 3 people. Like I have that like vague memory, but I'm not entirely sure. You know what I mean? That's what happened. And so I fucking don't remember the rest of the night. And then the next day I woke up and there was a maid that was banging on the door to like get us to check out. And I was like, fuck. And I'm, naked. I've got like Coke on my face. My like mouth feels like a truck stop bathroom. I am like having a hangover that I didn't even believe was real because I'm like, how could anyone experience this much pain? Like I'm surely dying. But I also now, this is a shining moment for me. Now I have to go meet my fucking parole officer so he can put an ankle bracelet around my ankle and put me on house arrest and sign me in and fucking walk me through all that shit for the next 3 months. So I'm like frantic. It's 11 a.m. My appointment's at noon. I have to like shower and brush my teeth and change and become a person and like drink some fucking water, which I'm pretty sure I haven't done in 3 days, and hide all these drugs and hope that I don't get a fucking drug test because I don't even know if that's coming. You know what I mean? But I'm like nervous, but like not enough to not do any of that. And have to apologize to a bunch of people because, trust me, any friends that I had left after that point, like, why does anyone talk to me? My friends are so great and like love me so much and are so good to me, but like, why does anyone talk to me? I don't really know. I go back to my grandparents' house. I'm like showered, my eyes are bloodshot. They're not home. And my parole officer like rolls up maybe 2 minutes after I close the garage. Next one is house arrest, guys. Bon voyage.